You know, and not can be lost on me that not to say I've been there. You get in government a dedicated Minister of Gender and Children's Affairs will come on a national platform and speak clearly with passion and commitment on the issues that we, that the feminist activist community care deeply about. And you know that she's not making it up, not a political statement. He mean her. He care and he do the work with our support. Thank you very much for your dedication, Madam Minister. Thank you. Now, I will invite Mr. Victor Sise to come forward and provide an overview of the National Cybersecurity and Awareness Campaign. Mr. Sise, I'm going to announce now for you and other subsequent speakers that we're already past time, so I'm going to be a bit of an enforcer as well to ensure that we stick to the time that's been allocated to you. So for this presentation, you should have 10 minutes, but I'm going to ask you to do it in 8, so we can save 2. Let's welcome Mr. Victor Sise, please.
Mr. Chairman, Minister of Information and Civic Education, the Chief Minister, and the Chief Innovation Officer of the Republic, Dr. Mwenina Senge, the Honorable Alpha Sise, Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Ministers of Government, Your Excellencies, the Diplomatic Corps, the Fourth Estates, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Today I'm honored to speak about the journey Sierra Leone has taken in strengthening our national cybersecurity architecture and to introduce the National Cybersecurity Awareness Campaign, a key initiative that builds on the journey and speaks directly to the safety, empowerment, and resilience of all Sierra Leoneans. Our story began in 2016 when Sierra Leone, with the support of ITU and the University of Oxford, undertook the Cybersecurity Capacity Maturity Model Assessment. This assessment provided the first detailed review of our national cybersecurity readiness. It highlighted gaps, risks, and vulnerabilities, but most importantly, it offered 74 clear recommendations, one of which was the establishment of a single national entity to coordinate cybersecurity and cybercrime responses. In 2019, a follow-up national cybersecurity risk assessment supported by the UK Home Office reaffirmed the urgency to strengthen our cybersecurity and response capabilities. These 2 studies became the foundation for 3 landmark documents: the National Cybersecurity Policy, the National Cybersecurity Strategy, and the Cybersecurity and Crime Act of 2021. The Cybersecurity and Crime Act provided Sierra Leone with its first comprehensive legal instruments to combat cybercrime and protect our digital ecosystem. This legislation also formally establishes the National Cybersecurity Coordination Center, the NCC, as the sole entity responsible for cybercrime-related matters in Sierra Leone. Today, the NCC serves as the backbone of our national cyber defense. Its mandate includes supporting computer systems and networks, guiding and implementing national cybersecurity policies and strategies, overseeing digital forensic laboratories, assisting the judiciary, the police, and other law enforcement agencies, developing standards and guidelines, and promoting Sierra Leone's participation in international cybersecurity cooperation. To strengthen strategy oversight, the Act also establishes the National Cybersecurity Advisory Council, chaired by the Honorable Vice President, whose inaugural meeting was held in August of 2022. Under the National Cybersecurity Strategy, the NCP is implementing 5 strategic goals. One, to build strong institutional and regulatory framework. Two, to promote nationwide cybersecurity education and child online protection. The third is protecting critical digital infrastructure. Fourth is develop advanced cybersecurity capabilities aligned with national security priorities. And lastly, strengthen national, regional, and international cooperation. Since its establishment, the NC3 has made significant progress. We have operationalized and launched the National Computer Security Incident Response Team and the Digital Forensic Lab. We have conducted extensive capacity building for judiciary officers, for law enforcement, and other security agencies. We have trained experts and non-experts across government and the private sector, participated in international cyber drills, and strengthened global cooperation. Sierra Leone's commitment to the fight against cybercrime is further demonstrated through the signing of the first and second additional protocol to the Budapest Convention, and the ongoing development of the Data Protection Act in collaboration with the Ministry of Information and Civic Education. These efforts are yielding measurable results. According to ITU Global Security Index, Sierra Leone's posture moved from 25.31% in 2020 to 54.46% in 2024, a remarkable 123% improvement. This upward trajectory reflects not only institutional progress, but national commitment. Ladies and gentlemen, as we deepen our technical and institutional capabilities, we must also strengthen public awareness and citizens' readiness. Cybersecurity is not only a matter of institutions. It is a shared responsibility. It is within this context that the NC3 is proud to introduce the National Cybersecurity Awareness Campaign, a nationwide initiative designed to promote safe, responsible, and informed use of digital technologies. This campaign is built around 6 thematic areas. The first thematic area is Know the Law. This helps citizens to understand their rights, responsibilities, and the cybercrime legislation that protects them. The second theme is Cyber Hygiene, which promotes simple everyday practices such as strong password, recognizing phishing attempts, and protecting personal data. The third is Safe Internet for All, championing responsible social media use, combating misinformation, and ensuring safe online spaces for children. The fourth, which is one of the reasons why we are here today, is empowering girls and women. This is our first thematic area, focusing on combating online harassment, cyber stalking, sextortion, image-based abuse, and supporting women's digital participation. The fifth here is youth digital empowerment. As you all know, Sierra Leone has a very youthful population. So this thematic area is meant to equip the youth with the knowledge and skill set to become responsible, innovative, and secure digital citizens. Last but not the least is to build a resilient institutional resilience that is strengthening national and organizational capabilities to prevent, detect, and respond to cyber threats. This campaign is more than just information exercise. It is a national movement, a collective effort to create a safer, more inclusive, and more resilient digital Sierra Leone. It is designed to empower every citizen, every community, and every institution to thrive confidently in the digital age. As we launch this campaign, we reaffirm our commitment to protecting our digital space, safeguarding our people, especially women, girls, and young people, and build a secure foundation for national development. Together, let us unite to create a safe digital future for all. Clickwise, stay safe. I thank you all.
Thank you very much. Let's put our hands together one more time for the cybersecurity team for this important and timely campaign. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the part of the program that is typically the most difficult to manage, the statements by distinguished high-level personalities. And these statements have been allotted 3 minutes each. And I'm going to tell you now how I will be enforcing the 3 minutes marker. So after 2 minutes of your speech, I will stand up. 2 minutes, 30 minutes into your speech, I will walk really close to you. Once it's 3 minutes, I'll get uncomfortably closer and closer to you. So this is the deal about how we're going to make this happen and in time. Without further ado, the first one will be from one of the co-hosts, the National Cybersecurity Coordinator, Madam Mariam Ayoma. Let's put our hands together for her, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chairman, our esteemed Chief Minister, Dr. David Moina Senge, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, permit me to stand on existing protocols. Today we gather for the launch of a pivotal initiative born from a strategic partnership between the Ministry of Gender and Children's Affairs and the National Cybersecurity Coordination Center. This collaboration addresses a pressing concern in our society: the protection and empowerment of women and girls in the digital realm. By uniting our efforts, we aim to convey a powerful message, unified message right across the country to enhance our impact during the 16 days of activism against gender-based violence. While this initiative contributes to the global movement against gender-based violence, it also reflects NC3's broader commitment to public education across various cybersecurity themes over the coming 6 months. I would like to extend a heartfelt gratitude to the World Bank for their unwavering support through the Sierra Leone Digital Transformation Project. Their contribution has greatly strengthened our digital infrastructure and advance the cybersecurity agenda. Initiatives like today is a testament to what can be achieved when global institutions and national government collaborate effectively. As we kick off the National Cybersecurity Awareness Campaign alongside the 16 days of activism, we must acknowledge a complex reality. The internet, though it is a source of unprecedented opportunity, it has evolved into a platform for crimes that can have devastating consequences, particularly for women and girls. To illustrate this urgency, allow me to share some troubling real-life stories from Sierra Leone, obviously without disclosing names. A few years ago, a senior government official stationed abroad faced a devastating situation due to poor judgment. He engaged in an inappropriate online encounter with a staff member through a WhatsApp video call. Tragically, the woman recorded the video and later used it to extort money from him. When attempts at extorting failed, the video was maliciously posted online. It caused irreparable reputational damage, both nationally and internationally for him. This led to his recall, deep embarrassment. Unfortunately, he became gravely sick, and that eventually claimed his life. He died within a year. Just last year, we had of school-aged children who were threatened with unauthorized release of explicit videos recorded without their consent. These are school-going children. Thanks to prompt action from law enforcement, this disaster was averted. But the trauma and fear that these young girls experience, it will obviously leave lasting scars. Even with trusted relationship, because most people will say, I trust this person, vulnerability still exists. I recall the Kesefet video shared with her husband were weaponized against her after their marriage ended. The intent was clear. It was to humiliate her. It was to control her. While we intervened to prevent the release of this material, the emotional and reputational damage inflicted was profound. The stories highlight the very real dangers in a digital environment. They are not hypothetical. These are real stories, and they are faced by individuals in our communities. As the National Cybersecurity Coordinator, I stand before you to reaffirm the government of Sierra Leone's resolute commitment. We shall not permit our digital spaces to become statuaries for abuse. The commitment is enshrined in the Cybersecurity and Crime Act of 2021, which equips us with essential legal tools to combat revenge pornography, online harassment, cyber stalking, deepfake dissemination, and other forms of digital gender violence. To ensure effective enforcement, NC3 has implemented specialized training for investigators, prosecutors, judges, and first responders. These programs emphasize the identification, collection, and preservation of digital evidence in cases of online abuse and gender-based violence, ensuring justice is served both in the digital and the physical realm. We have also developed national standard operating procedure for managing electronic evidence with a particular focus on child sexual abuse materials. As the institution responsible for cybersecurity in this country, our commitment remains unwavering. We will uphold the rights of women and girls to participate safely and freely in digital spaces. We will ensure the Cybersecurity and Crime Act, we will enforce, the Cybersecurity and Crime Act with a survivor-centered, trauma-informed approach. We will continue to build capacity across law enforcement, the judiciary, educators, and digital platforms to prevent and respond to online abuse. In closing, before Chair comes closer, I would like to employ everyone here today. If you witness online abuse, or if you experience it, do not remain silent. Please report it. Seek help. Speak up. You are not alone. Share our cybersecurity awareness materials. There are so many around. Support survivors with compassion. Be the person who listens, who encourages, who helps, never the one who judges. Your voice matters. Your action matters. Together, let us create digital spaces where everyone feels safe, respected, and empowered. Let us commit to being the change starting today, with you and with me. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mrs. Yoma. Let me just make clear that the reason I did not fully enforce is because she's a co-host of the event. But I'm hoping that the subsequent speakers will also endeavor to stick to the time. Thank you for your work and the commitment to this issue, Madam Yoma. Now, at the heart of this conversation is law enforcement. And our country's head of our police force is with us here today. And I want us all to welcome him with a round of applause as he comes to share a statement of commitment. Inspector General of Police, William Faya Selu.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Let me start by seeking your permission for two things. One, to stand on existing protocols, and two, to ask that you allow me to flow. Even if I have to go beyond 3 minutes, allow it, because I'm the Inspector General. Distinguished guests, today Sierra Leone joins the League of Nations to commemorate the 16 days activity against gender-based violence. It's a global call to end violence in all forms against women and children. At a time like this, 3 things we must do. 1, to raise the awareness. 2, advocacy. And 3, law enforcement. I belong to the third aspect, law enforcement. As a member or head of the Sierra Leone Police, I stand to reaffirm our unwavering commitment to protect all citizens of this country, to uphold the rule of law, and to ensure that no form of violence, physical or digital, goes unchallenged. In recent years, Sierra Leone has witnessed a troubling increase in digital violence, cyberbullying, online harassment, non-consensual sharing of intimate images, online stalking and threats, misuse of social media platforms to shame, intimidate, or silence women and girls. For us in the Sierra Leone Police, we have placed ourselves strategically. Sierra Leone's effort in combating gender-based violence are enormous. The Sierra Leone Police has made significant strides in curbing all forms of gender-based violence, including those perpetrated online. Let me highlight a few interventions. Strengthening the family support units. FSUs across the country continue to provide survivor-centered responses. Officers have been trained, like previous speakers have said, to handle cases involving digital evidence, cyber harassment, and threats communicated online. These units remain a trusted and safe space for reporting. The second intervention is enhanced cybersecurity capabilities. We have expanded our cybercrime unit with improved forensic tools to investigate online abuses, track digital footprints, and collaborate with service providers to identify offenders. Digital gender-based violence will not be treated with levity. It is a crime and a criminal offense, and offenders will be prosecuted by law. Nationwide awareness-raising campaigns. The Sierra Leone Police has intensified community engagement, educating the public on gender-based violence, responsible use of social media, misinformation, and legal consequences of digital violence. Our school outreach programs specifically address the vulnerability of young girls, including boys, who involve themselves in criminal activities. Collaboration with partners. We continue to work closely with other relevant agencies such as the Ministry of Gender and Children's Affairs, the Office of National Security, civil society organizations, international partners to strengthen legal frameworks, share data, and develop prevention strategies. We reaffirm today that as the Sierra Leone Police will enforce all relevant laws on digital and online gender-based violence cases, will protect survivors with dignity and professionalism, will pursue perpetrators with determination, and then will strengthen public trust through transparency and accountability. Our message is clear. There is no safe space for violence, neither in our homes, or the streets, or on our digital platforms. Let me conclude by saying, as we commence these 16 days of activism, let us unite in our action, in our voices, and in our purpose. Let us build a Sierra Leone where women and girls can live, learn, work, and express themselves freely online and offline without fear. I thank you very much for your attention.
IG wants to get to me. CMC, one guy said using power. We just talk. Thank you, Inspector General of Police, for that sound commitment. I know there are many activists and many practitioners here who will hold you to those, and we will continue to work with you to ensure that we keep the promises that we make. It is now my privilege to invite the head of office of the Embassy of Iceland, one of our friends in Sierra Leone, Madam Asdis Bayanadoti. Please come forward.
Good morning. To keep within the 3-minute limit, allow me to stand on existing protocol. Distinguished guests and friends, on this occasion, marking the launch of the 16 days of activism against gender-based violence, Iceland is honored to join Sierra Leone and partners around the world in this collective effort to end all forms of violence against women and girls. Gender-based violence remains one of the most pressing concerns of our time, deeply affecting not only survivors, but also families and often whole communities with its devastating impacts. This year's theme of the campaign, Ending Digital Violence Against All Women and Girls, reminds us that technology has not only opened new doors for learning, connection and opportunity, but also created new platforms for harm. Digital gender-based violence is indeed one of the fastest growing forms of abuse, and although this type of GBV may occur on a screen of our devices, its effect is usually deeply felt and long-standing. It affects mental health, limits participation in public life, and reinforces the same inequalities that women face in their homes, workplaces, and communities. As a long-standing champion of gender equality, Iceland believes that protecting women's and girls' rights in the digital space and fighting gender-based violence online is just as important as offline. Iceland is committed to partnering with the government of Sierra Leone and other stakeholders across the board to strengthen legal frameworks, promote responsible online behavior, and ensure that survivors of digital abuse have access to justice and support. Policies and laws alone are not enough, though. We must engage more men and boys to be part of the change, to challenge social norms and shift behaviors. Change must also be catalyzed through education and awareness at the community level, involving parents, schools, and communities. I want to emphasize here and repeat what the Honourable Minister of Gender said earlier. Gender equality is not a women's issue. It is a fundamental human right and a strategic priority which drives shared prosperity and well-being. Our own experience in Iceland confirms this, where we have implemented policies that enhance women's economic and political leadership and participation, as well as investments that close gender gaps. The Embassy of Iceland in Freetown is a relatively new partner in the country, but we have started collaboration with the Ministry of Gender and Children's Affairs, UN Family and other partners to close the gender gap in Sierra Leone. We thank you for the good collaboration and we look forward to going forward with you. Let me, on behalf of the government and people of Iceland, commend the government of Sierra Leone and all of you here who continue to push this agenda forward. Your presence, leadership and resilience remind us why this campaign remains so important. To conclude, we should use technology as a tool for inclusion and progress, and not for intimidation or harm. Iceland stands with you in this fight, and together we believe we can end gender-based violence in all its forms. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Astes. You know, friendship is not necessarily measured in how long it's been, but how impactful. And I think since Iceland came to Sierra Leone, since you opened your office, you have been a generous and important ally to women's rights issues in Sierra Leone, and for that, the government appreciates you. Speaking of generous supporters to Sierra Leone and allies on this issue, it is now my privilege to invite, I think, one of the most committed and dedicated supporters of the fight to end sexual and gender-based violence in Sierra Leone over the years, our friends, His Excellency, the Ambassador of Ireland to Sierra Leone, Ambassador Patrick McManus.
Thank you, Chair. And also, in the interest of time, may I stand on all protocols this morning. Friends, I am indeed most honoured to be here this morning for the national kick-off of the 16 Days of Activism against Gender-Based Violence. My sincere thanks to the Ministry of Gender and Children's Affairs for organising this important event and for the invitation. The theme for this year of the 16 Days campaign, Unite to End Digital Violence Against All Women and Girls, focuses on one of the fastest growing forms of abuse, online violence against women and girls. I'm sure many of us here have heard of or come across or even been the victims of online violence in some form. And we heard some really difficult examples this morning. Young women and girls, particularly students, are most vulnerable. Common forms of digital violence against women and girls include sexual harassment, recording and distribution of sex tapes, body shaming of girls, recording and posting embarrassing moments in and out of school, and taking photos of poor results from school notice boards and posting in public online groups. I know we have many pupils here this morning who perhaps can identify with many of those things. This results indeed in psychological and emotional trauma, affecting school performance and self-esteem, sometimes leading to depression, suicidal thoughts, and girls dropping out of education. It's a very serious impacts. Women vying for leadership in community structures are also targeted through shared gendered disinformation and misinformation on WhatsApp groups, Facebook, and other platforms. This is aimed at silencing women and girls, discrediting their voice and their leadership. These actions can, in some cases, lead to domestic or other forms of violence. Indeed, digital violence is increasingly a global issue, and despite laws aimed at combating it, weak enforcement means that impunity prevails. More recently, the expansion of AI, artificial intelligence-powered digital tools, which have been trained on existing gender biases, can create new avenues for abuse and digital violence. That's quite a new and emerging and worrying dimension of this issue. At community level, our partners report that digital violence against women and girls remain largely unaddressed despite the legislation that have been mentioned, such as the 2021 Cybersecurity and Crime Act and the 2019 Sexual Offences Amendment Act. More efforts are needed by us all. The National Cybersecurity and Awareness Campaign outlined this morning is very clearly an important initiative in that regard. This year's 60 Days of Activism provides an opportunity to raise awareness and seek new insights and solutions to this global issue. Given the global pushback against gender equality and women's rights and cuts to funding for sexual and gender-based violence programs, we need to work collectively to challenge the harmful norms and stereotypes that perpetuate gender-based violence, including digital violence. Gender equality is a key priority for the Government of Ireland, and we remain a committed partner to Sierra Leone in making SDG 5, Sustainable Development Goal 5, achieving gender equality, a reality. We will continue to raise our voice with all of you until the message is heard and accepted by every man, woman and child across Sierra Leone that gender-based violence is simply unacceptable. It harms the individual and it harms the community and harms society. We hear the call today to unite, and we stand ready to work with you to create a world where every woman and girl can live free from fear and violence on and offline. Thank you. Clickwise, stay safe. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Excellency, and thank you for your friendship and the commitments that you have made here as well today. We'll move on to another long-standing friend and partner, the British government. And I'm pleased, it's going to be Alex? Kathleen? You're covering Kathleen. Okay, all right. So let me just say, I was really trying to make sure that I invite everybody here by their names as they come up, so I apologize. But representing the British High Commissioner in Sierra Leone, please come forward to deliver your statements. And start by letting us know your name. Thank you. Please come.
Honourable Chairperson, I hope I too may be permitted to stand on existing protocols. And thank you for inviting remarks from the British High Commission today. I am joining Paul Simister as the Deputy High Commissioner at the moment. 16 days of activism is an opportunity to pause and ask